Reggie Rivers. He inspires, entertains, and motivates. Drawing upon his experiences as a member of the Denver Broncos, Reggie relates to both young and old alike by sharing the valuable message that hard work and perseverance can change the course of your life. In addition to football, Reggie is also an accomplished author and television personality, appearing on ABC's College Football, Court TV, and regularly on KCNC's Countdown to Kickoff.
He can capture an audience no matter what level it's at.
After people hear him, they're really charged up.
High energy.
Inspirational, entertaining, motivating. He's Reggie Rivers.
And I got to the end of training camp that first year, and I made the Broncos roster. And there were guys who were better football players than me who got cut, guys who could run faster, guys who could block better, guys who did have more experience in the league. But I made the team because I was sprinting and they were jogging. The reason I tell you that story is because I said, look how much confidence I had the minute I didn't believe that I could fail. This is a $20 bill and it's worth $20. I can do anything to it short of burning it or putting it in a shredder. It's still worth $20. 76,000 people in Mile High Stadium all looking at me going, "You jerk!" At some point, you have to figure out what it is you believe about yourself that is bigger than the things that happen to you in life. Because life happens. I'm more like this $20 bill. You can do just about anything you want to me, and I'm still the same guy popping up every time.
He was so amazing and quick with his wit and his intelligence, and he honed right in tying his wit into what our organization is about, that he was the hit of the evening.
You know, diversity or a desire for diversity is what makes us choose different food to eat every day. We don't want to eat, we're not like our dogs. You know? Your dog rolls up and he's like, "Oh, again." My favorite. I had redefined myself as Reggie the Fumbler Rivers. I had a crush on a girl named Lysandra Johnson. And you guys will have to take my word for it. Lysandra was one of the most beautiful sixth graders God had ever created. And for the record, I was in sixth grade too. It's not Never Never Land up here, you know. I was truly embarrassed to go pick up my newspaper out in front of my house that I thought my neighbors would be looking at going, "Oh, Fumbler's up." They wouldn't let me hold their baby anymore. I thought I'd be at the gas station or the grocery store. Someone would be like, "Oh, Fumbler, oh, he dropped the milk. He's got problems." I asked Lysandra Johnson to go with me 7 times, and she said no 7 times. Now, back then, I thought it was romantic to be the young man who won't give up. Now I realize that's stalking, and I wouldn't do it again. I thought I was going to be a great-great-grandfather, talking to my great-great-grandkids about, "I could have been better than Clinton Portis if it hadn't been for that one game. Oh, I fumbled away my opportunity. Woo. But did I ever tell y'all about Lysandra Johnson?"
He really talks about attitude and effort, and in my industry, that's what sales is all about.
He is probably the most inspirational, motivational speaker that I've ever heard.
In the stock market, everybody wants to buy the stock that's going in that direction. Nobody wants to buy the stock that's flat or continuing to go in this direction. And I think every day we look around us and we decide who we want to invest our money in, who we want to invest our time in, our energy, our love, our commitment. And I have parents, people at my church, people in the community, all who invested in me, and I think that I've been successful in my life because of all those people who invested in me. And I really believe that it's driven by work ethic. When there's something about human nature that says when I see someone who has a great attitude and great work ethic, I want to get involved with what they're trying to do. And I think for a lot of kids, unfortunately, they reach 8th grade or 9th grade and they say, "You know what? my brain is as developed as I want it to be. I'm going to quit right now, and I'm going to drop out of school. And then they decide they're going to go through the rest of their lives with a brain that's the size that it is when they're in 8th or 9th grade. Most of you don't want to go through the rest of your life with a body that's the size that it is right now. You want to get stronger. You want to get bigger. But the people who are most successful in life aren't the people blessed with the most natural ability. They're not the people blessed with the most natural intelligence. I think they're people just like you and me who learn to work hard with the ability that they have. There are plenty of smart kids who flunk out of school. There are plenty of average intelligence kids who end up being valedictorian of their school because they work hard at it. Say I had a balance beam up here that was 6 inches wide and 6 inches off the ground. Just looking around the room, I think everybody in here has the athletic ability required to walk back and forth on that balance beam. You take that same balance beam and put it 10 feet off the ground, the exact same athletic ability is required to walk from point A to point B. But now it becomes a test of who can best manage their fear of what's going to happen when I fall off that balance beam. If you're always judging yourself by the part that's outside of your control, then it becomes hard to keep motivated every day because you fail every day. But I think people who succeed at things in life learn to manage that fear by narrowing their focus to the part that is in their control and saying, I can control this, and that's what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to worry about the part that's outside of my control. You always end up waiting for someone else to do something before you start moving towards your goal, when the real answer is you start moving towards your goal. That's how you create your own luck in life. If your goal in life was to get from here to Denver and you have no money and no means of transportation, walk is the right answer. You start walking toward that goal, that's how you create your own luck in life. You might not get a mile away from town before one of your parents' friends comes by and said, hey, where you headed? Well, I'm going to Denver. It's my life's dream to go to Denver. Well, I'm going to visit a friend of mine a couple miles up the road. I'll give you a ride that far. And you get out and you start walking again. And maybe one of your teachers comes by and says, hey, where you headed? Well, I'm going to Denver. It's my life's dream to go to Denver. Well, I'm going to visit a friend of mine a couple miles up the road. I'll give you a ride that far. And you get a little bit closer to your goal. Because getting lucky in life is nothing more than recruiting the right person at the right time to help you make the next step in your life.
Well prepared for what you want, very open to do what you want, and again, does it with a whole lot of energy and positive attitude.
We have asked Reggie to come back to every single one of our events on an annual basis. In fact, we get people asking before they buy their tickets if Reggie's going to be there doing the auction because he is such a favorite part of our program.